We are back for another Magical Machine Mystery Tour. And what will the machine be? Well, there. Now, pockets here. Some of you with the Aero Kangaroo furniture may recognize pockets. At the VDTA big convention, Aero furniture was there. And I got to meet everybody there, which was very exciting for me because I love Aero furniture. And you know, I have it in my classroom at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. And of course, all the Aero Kangaroo furniture comes with pockets. And of course I said, oh, so, you know, I have to buy I have some in my, classroom, but oh, do I have to buy another piece of Aero furniture to get pockets? And they were so sweet at the Aero booth, they gave me pockets. So yes, he's very adorable. So he's my new mascot at home. So what is our Janome? Oh, and I forgot to mention, oh geez, everyone in our giveaway will get a Janome mask as well. I can't forget these. So you can share and wear your Janome love. So every one of our 5 winners will also get the Janome mask. So I can't forget that. So again, what is our Janome Magical Machine Mystery Tour? Ooh, the big reveal. So Sandra Gilmer asked, Michael, do you have that big fabulous machine at home with you? And yes, I am very proud to say I am the only one in Canada with this machine. But, our Janome Canada dealers, we had 7 dealers that were down in the States with us, and they will be the first to receive these machines in Canada. So they are expecting about the middle of May to receive their machines. So it's never too early to order. Yes, Cindy, I am indeed lucky because yes, my boss did not let me take this home until the VDTA show and it was live to the world. So yes, again, so far now I'm the only one in Canada with the machine. And yes, we have been guarding it. My classroom at the Sewing and Learning Center has been locked up, and I was filming videos which are now on the Janome HQ YouTube channel. I filmed all those videos back when I got the machine so I could instantly share more about it with you all when the time came. So a quick overview of the machine today, but again, you can definitely expect more for upcoming Janome HQ presentations. And in fact, at 3 o'clock Eastern, on Janome Canada's Facebook, we're going to be doing a Facebook Live with Liz Johnson from Sew for Home. As many of you know, Sew for Home and Janome Canada have partnered for many, many years, and we're going to be doing a special Facebook Live at 3 p.m. Eastern on Janome Canada Facebook page, all about this fabulous machine too. There is so much. So yes, here is the fabulous Janome Continental M17, and you can see, yes, what a big machine it is. Now, it is very much like, it's the same blueprint, the same skeleton structure as the Continental M7. So we still have that fabulous 13.5 inches to the right of the needle. Look at all that beautiful LED lighting. You can see there's a whole big bay there and there and there and there. So 4 spots with all this LED lighting washed down on our all metal bed. So again, this is just like Continental M7. It shares a lot of its features, things like, oh yes, our one-touch needle plate. We can lock and raise the needle plate. Isn't that cool? So again, we've got that same feature here on the Continental M17. Correct, Luciano, the Continental M17 does not have a free arm. Neither did Continental M7. Either. So some machines do have that free arm. This one, no, does not. Now, the good thing is when you're sewing in the round, as we call it, when you don't have a free arm, but you're sewing in the round, the wonderful thing is all of our buttons up here, like stop start and needle up down, the scissor button, automatic needle threader, lock stitch, reverse, all of that, they're all up high. Normally on some Janome machines, like the stop start button would be down here, and then all the other buttons would be up there. But when you've got a big bulky quilt, when you've got some big tote bags, again, when you're sewing in the round, literally in a round circle, then all that bulk is not going to obscure these buttons. They've been raised up higher. Then you'll definitely see one big thing they did here for the Continental M17. They carved back the whole front of the machine, so we have great visibility down to the needle. It is amazing. And again, all that beautiful LED lighting. Oh, Cheryl Dobo's here. Fabulous. Now, brand new with the Continental M17. Now, it is 13.5 inches to the right of the needle here, but then we've got this gorgeous 10.1 inch LCD screen. So that adds more. So the, balance wheel is way over here. So instead of having to reach around for the balance wheel, look at this cool feature. That this is the thumb wheel, so you can just hover your needle. So if I drop my presser foot, if we pressed, needle up and down, that will drop the needle into our fabric. But sometimes if you're doing like applique, let's say, and you just want to make sure, is my needle going to be right at the edge of my fabric in order to do my blanket stitch, for example, use this thumb wheel then. You don't have to do needle up, down, and you don't have to reach all the way over to your balance wheel. So that's one of the many, 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 many new features of Continental M17. Certainly one of the biggest, the industry's first. Oh, Oliver Crafts, hello. Industry first middle LCD screen here. And you may be wondering, what is that all about? Now, this giant 10.1 inch LCD screen to the side, this is as big as the iPad that I film on. So it's huge, high definition screen as well. But this middle screen, now you'll notice I'm in regular sewing mode. So the cool thing is, right here, again, conveniently right above like the needle area, we have this middle LCD screen. So when you want to adjust, things like your needle drop position, your width, or your length, your needle tension, the presser on your presser foot, those selections are always going to be here. Again, when you're in like regular sewing mode. When you're in embroidery mode, you've got adjustments again for like your tension and for your presser foot pressure, presser foot height. That's something also new with this machine. Those common stitch adjustments will be here in your middle screen. Now, you can also, and things like your lock button, of course, when you want to switch to, your needle plate, when you want to thread your machine. But those same stitch adjustments are here as well on your big LCD screen, so you can adjust them wherever. We have a further adjustment window, so we can adjust them here and then save them as a favorite stitch. So isn't that very exciting? So Maria's asking, does it come with an extension table other than the embroidery unit? No, the Continental M7 came with that beautiful extension table with the little drawer. But the good thing is that table now is available as a optional accessory. It will fit around the bed of your Continental M7 because it's that same blueprint. So that is available. And then, of course, there is some new Aero furniture to accommodate this fabulous new machine. Now, speaking of embroidery unit, well, yes, part of the big draw to this machine is, again, everyone fell in love with Continental M7, which is sewing and quilting. Well, now we've added for the Continental M17 this giant embroidery carriage. And this is totally new for Janome. It does not clip on to the back of the machine like our other embroidery carriages. This now attaches to the left with this entirely new system of putting in the hoops. Sandra asks, do you have to have an iPad to use all the new apps? Oh, Sandra, this is fabulous because one of the new things, fabulous of you to ask this, because one of the new things Janome has done is all of our free apps like, AcuSetter and AcuStitch, or AcuSketch, and then we had, AcuMonitor and AcuEdit. All of those are now available as Android apps as well. So yes, we can use them with our iPad or our Android devices as well. So it's no longer just iPad. Now, there are some new apps, one called AcuAssist, which is basically like your built-in instruction manual. And that is, again, iPad or Android. Another brand new app is called Embroidery Link, and that combines AcuEdit and AcuMonitor and AcuDesign, so we can design and slice and dice our embroidery. So again, more on all of that later. But yes, lots of new things. Oh, Nova Sewing's here. Hello, hello. So yeah, lots of new innovations with this machine. Since we're talking about embroidery though, again, that giant embroidery hoop. And then look, the machine comes with, these are called wings. And there's actually two different sizes of wings for the front and the back. Here's the smaller wing. And then that would be like about that. And then the larger wing. So far, I've left my larger wings on my machine, not only to support my embroidery, but as I'm doing my regular sewing. I was just binding a quilt before I went to the big VDTA convention, and I have all of this extra room to support my regular sewing. So you don't have to remove your embroidery carriage or remove these wings when you're regular sewing. The cool thing is, again, these wings just pop right off. And then because Janome thinks of everything, ooh, look, some extra storage. And oh, look, some new innovations like our fabulous AcuStitch Stitch Regulator. So I'll pop that up there and talk about that. Oh, this is a cool little guide for our embroidery couching. I'm going to talk about that. Ooh, another cool precision marker. You'll see PM. This is a laser light that is going to shine down on our fabric for precise embroidery placement. So this PM precision marker embroidery foot is also brand new. And all of it, again, will tuck in conveniently. There's a storage compartment at the front and a storage compartment at the back, and then they just slide right off. So if you were going to remove your embroidery unit here, you'll just remove your little storage trays and then turn off your machine and pull away the embroidery carriage. The cool thing is the embroidery carriage, it is quite big and substantial, but and it's all metal inside, of course, so it's nice and stable, but there's wheels even on the bottom of the embroidery carriage. So I encourage you all to jump over to Janome HQ YouTube channel, and I've got a series of videos with more coming all about the machine, and I take you through all the parts and pieces and how to put it all together, what's included in the machine. Amazing. There's even foresight. Now here, look at that. A little hole to then attach. This is where our knee lifter goes when we're going to be doing regular sewing or variable zigzag. But if I want to leave my embroidery carriage on, well, great. There's a hole right here. So as I slide this on, we could then put the knee lifter in still while our embroidery carriage is on and still use the knee lifter. So isn't that cool? Now, something else totally new with this, because again, we're looking at sewing, quilting, and embroidery. When we're doing regular sewing, look at that ginormous cloth guide, like huge. It is so huge. And the cool thing is, let me lock that in place. The cool thing is we just pop off our bobbin holder or our bobbin cover. Now this is a lot like our circular attachment and our quilt binder attachment. So we just clip it in to our bobbin area there, and then we've got a ruled measurement here. Look at how huge that is, the entire bed of our machine. So a nice deep hem, and we just slide this out of the way. And then again, we want to do regular sewing, 1/4 inch sewing, 1/2 inch sewing, whatever. We line it up and then lock it into place. It is so cool. So Janome really has come up with a lot of cool new tools and accessories. There is so much included. And again, I've done videos already on Janome HQ YouTube to go over what's included with the machine. But we're definitely going to be doing lots more videos to show you what's all included and how. Now, the wonderful thing, talking about support of the machine. Oh, Sandra says, will the 9mm feet and attachments? Absolutely. Any easy set model of attachment, like the circular attachment for easy set, and the quilt binder attachment for easy set, that's going to work. All your 9mm snap-on feet, like your beading foot and your pin tuck foot. All of that's going to work with this. It's a high shank, 9mm, your ruffler attachment for 9mm machines. It's all going to work here with Continental M17. Now, again, talking about support, going on to Janome America has created a new Facebook group called the Continental Club, and we will be doing Facebook Lives all about this fabulous machine. So if you're a new owner of the machine, and you can join the Continental Club, and then again, we're going to be doing live presentations, I'll be included as well, about how to get the most from your machine and to share some of the fabulous features and functions so you get the most of it. This I thought was something cool and new. One touch button. Ooh, ta-da! Look, there we go. Open the lid. And you wonder, hey, how do I start sewing here? Cool new innovations for Janome. Telescoping thread mast that rises up. So great for that high-speed sewing, 1,300 stitches a minute in regular sewing, 1,200 stitches per minute in embroidery mode, the fastest embroidery machine on the market. The spool pins, this is so fun. How do I open my spool pins, which are safely tucked away if you're going to store the machine or you're going to transport the machine? They stay tucked away. Everything's nice and secure, dust-free. When you're ready to sew, boom, away you go. Isn't that cool? Oh, I'm going to take my machine to a class. Boom, I retract it and close the lid. Or again, you're not going to sew for a little bit. You protect it all, and then boom, there you go. So very, very cool. Now, of course, there are some instructions here on how you're going to thread the machine. This is all brand new for Janome. New stitch categories. Oh, including like words, for example. Now, some of the words we've already had built in to some Janome machines, but it was harder to find some of those words, for example. They were in like, pictographs, or some of them were in play, but now they're in words. And we've got a new seasons category, an animals category, and kids category. But we couldn't have all the stitches here because that's way too much. The 850 stitches, oh, that's way too much to have. So instead we've got the stitch categories. And now all the individual stitches are on these very cool. There's the kids category. Again, some of the stitches you'll recognize from other machines. Others are brand new. So now we have these magnetic stitch charts. Isn't that cool? Or how about these magnets here? They hold the lid down. We could even use the magnets there. Or again, when we have our screwdriver and our mini duckling scissors, we could use the screwdriver here to hold all of our tools. Like, isn't that cool? Sandra asks, high shank, so all the high shank rulers can be used on this machine? Absolutely. It's 9mm high shank machine. All of the acrylic rulers for low shank, high shank, and even those long arm 1/4 inch rulers can be used on this machine. How heavy? The machine itself is about 48 pounds. Collectively with the embroidery unit, it's about 60. Oh, I think it's 66 pounds, something like that, with the embroidery unit on it. But to travel, oh, well, of course, there's the luggage. There's beautiful new luggage that will be available. And yes, Janome Canada. I loved having my boss, Randy Thomas, our vice president of Janome Canada. He was down there at VDTA with me. So I loved having Randy there because I would run up to him and say, oh, are we getting that luggage? And of course he said, well, of course we are. Are we getting that new Aero furniture? Of course we are. And like, I love it. So now this cool thing is for our yarn couching. Now, some of you who maybe are a 15,000 owner, or you've got maybe a 550E and we're used to embroidery couching, we clip that on, the yarn goes here, it goes down to our needle, and do our yarn couching. There's several blogs on Janome Life all about that. And again, the same attachment for our yarn couching, the same two little PC1 and PC2 extra embroidery feet for yarn couching, and they conveniently can sit up here in this new little, I call this the garage, so we can park some of our presser feet there. The new Aero furniture, specifically Marie is asking, it is the Amelia is the name of the new cabinet. Several Aero cabinets will fit this machine, but the Amelia was the brand new one because it's got a big, bump out, like it's circular, it's curved, it's got a big bump out to support the embroidery carriage, and there's a bracket on the side of that table for when you remove your embroidery carriage and you're going to recess the sewing machine into the table, then there's a spot for it at the side of the table, the Amelia Aero table. There's a spot for the embroidery carriage to safely stow that out of the way. You recess your machine in when you're doing regular sewing and then pop it up when you're ready to embroider. So again, they really try to think of everything. Yes, again, some of the new things for, yes, so let's talk about this stitch regulator. Again, there's going to be more videos. Double check again, Janome America has been producing lots of videos, and for sure we're going to be doing lots of Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives and Janome Life blogs. The A.S.R is our AcuStitch stitch regulator. It plugs into the back of the machine. It attaches here on the regular foot holder, and there, specifically that little window, that is our stitch regulator. And it was very impressive that in the past, some other stitch regulators that had been released, some concern was about on red fabrics, on dark fabrics, that the stitch regulator may not work so well. So Janome really did a lot of tinkering, and again, we've been wanting a stitch regulator for years, but Janome said, no, until we could really get it right, we don't want to release it. And sure enough, they got it right. So we were demoing all on red fabric. We were demoing all on black fabric, the entire VBTA show, so everyone could see the amazing stitch quality. And industry first, the ruler attachment. So yes, we can use all of our rulers with that safely, with all this 1/4 of an inch ruler foot. So this is an industry first. The stitch regulator is a Janome first for our Janome machines, but industry first with that ruler quilting. Now, this is a lot like AcuFeed Flex. There's a little button here. We just pop it off, and we could use, maybe the closed toe free motion foot, or maybe we want the big clear view free motion foot. Or again, pop that off. Maybe I want the open toe free motion quilting foot. So we have 4 different feet options with our AcuStitch stitch regulator. Janome is always about more. So to have the stitch regulator wasn't enough. They had to perfect it by doing that. This precision marker, again, is another first for Janome. A laser light is going to shine down on your embroidery. So again, this attaches to the back of the machine, and then that laser light pinpoints your precise embroidery placement. So speaking of embroidery placement, when we have the industry's largest hoop, 11 by 18.1, look at that giant hoop. So when we have the industry's largest embroidery area, we had to do this reinforced carbon fiber hoop. It is ginormous. And I always wondered, well, why is this hoop darker than the other hoops? It's that reinforced carbon fiber. Again, Janome really tries to think of everything. So this hoop, even though it's 11 by 18.1, and that carriage, which is ginormous, again, so everybody, the dealers were all saying how quiet the machine is, how stable the machine is, and I really had that same thoughts for myself when I got this first and was unpacking it all. It's really amazing. But look at when we talk about high definition sewing and high definition quilting and high definition embroidery, look at that beautiful. There are 1,230 designs built into this machine. I think it would be cool to go in and color these in with coloring markers or something, but how cute. So 1,230 designs, 225 brand new designs that no one has ever seen. So let's quickly go in Oh, there's so much, so we'll just have to do more. Brand new beautiful stylus debuting with this machine as well. And it's so cool, so easy, though. Don't be intimidated. We simply go to our home button. What do I want to do? Regular sewing, sewing applications, which we have built into so many of our other machines. Or how about embroidery mode? Is design stitched out all at once, or do you have to turn the hoop around and stitch the other half? Oh no, that's too much work. This 11 by 18.1, look at it all. Ooh, that stitches out in one hooping. No double hooping. No, this will stitch out in one hooping. And the cool thing is, with our embroidery link software, which will go on your Android or your iPad, you can edit and recalculate the stitches to fit to hoop, regardless of what hoop it is. So even our small 3.9 by 3.9, or we can go to the large 11 by 18.1, and ooh, there we go. The hoop will, the software will resize the design. So there we go. I selected one of our designs, a brand new locking mechanism for our hoops, which I thought was also very cool. Omal is here. Hello, hello. So all of the hoops, this debuted with the 550E, and I was thrilled that every hoop, there's 5 hoops included, will the embroidery link app available for the 15,000? No, I don't think so. I think it's only going to be for this CM17. I need to clarify that, but I'm pretty sure it's only for this machine. But things like AcuStitch, of course, that is, yes, for this machine as well as the other 15,000 being Wi-Fi. Again, this quick release clamp system, this debuted on the 550E, and now on all of the 4 embroidery hoops have this. And then we do have the special 5th hoop is the magnetic AcuFill quilting hoop. So that is fabulous. Now this easy clamp system, if you're worried about carpal tunnel or any sort of arthritis or anything, it just easily slides in, clicks in place, and then you're all done your embroidery, quick release, and away you go. It is so cool, so simple. So if I click this in, and I'm ready to do my embroidery, but wait a minute, my embroidery carriage, this is another first for embroidery, for Janome. The embroidery software, the carriage, the guts of the machine says, hey, remove that hoop and attach a larger hoop, because it knows, is the magnetic hoop a standard accessory? Yes, with this fabulous Continental M17, that magnetic AcuFill quilting hoop comes with the machine. So yes, again, and the carriage now, it recognizes I had the wrong hoop on. You'll see here, it tells me I need the SQ28D, and instead I had the the RE20D, so I had the wrong hoop. And now, yes, these are D hoops. You know, we have A hoops and B hoops. Depending how they attach to the machine, they are D hoops here. And again, they're all labeled, so you can't make a mistake. These hoops are, again, proprietary to the CM17, so you can't mix them up with other machines. When we talk about embroidery, again, don't be intimidated, because all Janome embroidery machines, the little flower icon is where all of our designs are stored. So here we could scroll through page by page, all these beautiful designs. These are all for the big machine or the big hoop. But again, sewing, you hate to sew buttonholes? No problem. How about you embroider them? There is a whole category of embroidered buttonholes. It is very cool. Now, some of these designs you may recognize. That little horse, for example, I recognize him from the little elephant, I recognize him from my 15,000. But again, they also have included 225 new designs that has never been shown before. We go into we can select by hoop size. So again, we could go our RE46D, our big hoop. So these beautiful designs it's been so fun. Now, again, some of these red work designs, I recognize those from my 15,000. They were very popular. So great. Let's reuse them. But now we've got more. And we had so many, again, these were in the 550E, these editable, typically wedding designs, Mr. and Mrs., but maybe here's a blank version, so I would use Mr. and Mr., for example. So, or you could do Mrs. and Mrs., you could do whatever you want. So that's the cool thing. Janome's included all of that. So they really do take the best of what's done in previous machines, but they add in more. These monsters, everybody fell in love with these in the hoop monsters in the 550E. Well, now they have more family members. So these cute little dogs or the cat. And again, if you're new to In the Hoop projects, this will help you. They're so easy to do. These cute little pillows that say hello and hug me and wow, how wonderful. Somebody, graduates, college or university. You could have wow, or someone's not feeling great, say, oh, hug me. It's so cute. There's so many new things you can do. And then, yes, our ASQ 27D is the big magnetic AcuFill quilting hoop with a lot of that beautiful in the hoop quilting to turn your embroidery machine into a long arm quilting machine, and especially with that 13.5 inch throat space. Now, Artistic Digitizer Junior software comes with this CM17, so you can also edit your embroidery designs there, or you can, of course, create your own. So even your edge-to-edge quilting, Anne Hind has demonstrated on the Janome Artistic Digitizer Facebook page a couple of times of how to create your own edge-to-edge quilting designs in Artistic Digitizer software. Then you could send that via Wi-Fi, because yes, this machine is Wi-Fi. Send it via Wi-Fi, put it on a USB stick. There's 2 USB ports in the machine, or that you bring it in by the direct connect cable. So you've got lots of options. Yes, Luciano N is amazing. It was wonderful to see her at VDTA. I had not been with my Janome America colleagues for about 3 years. So it was really nice to be able to see them all and again share more of the Janome love. So of course, if that weren't enough, and again, we'll have to do more because as usual, time is my enemy. Look at that gorgeous accessory case. This is a lot like the case for the MemoryCraft 15,000, but it's in a different finish. It's more of a fabric finish instead of vinyl. And of course, there is more. I think the total is 38 presser feet. So a lot of this already comes with your 15,000. It already comes with a number of other machines. This is the tray I was most excited about, because it's got room not only for the optic magnifiers and the other 2 needle plates, like the straight stitch needle plate and the HP needle plate, the high tension bobbin holder, but the HP 2-foot and the regular HP foot and our regular QR, if I can pick it up, our regular QR ruler foot. There's now slots for all of that. Even our quilting guide bar here, there is a slot for that. So there's room for everything to stay organized in your accessory case. And of course the bottom tray, just like our other cases. That's fabulous. So lots of room in your accessory case, but yes, lots of room built into your extensions here for your embroidery carriage. So it's really amazing. Again, everything that you need can stay close at hand in your dust cover that comes with the machine. That's a great spot to store all your embroidery hoops. And again, look forward to all those videos at Janome HQ that I've done to talk about all of the storage and everything that comes with your machine. And of course, you will see more. And so much. And again, not to be overwhelmed, there's even built-in help to the machine. Can you buy that accessory case separately? You can buy the 9mm case that's in blue. It's the soft, like robin's egg blue, that has pretty much most of those same trays. Tray number 2 is different in the CM17, but the other case is the same. The other 2 trays are the same. this is the one. It looks slightly different. This is the one for the MemoryCraft 15,000 and the other 9, ooh, sorry about that, the other 9mm machine. So it looks similar. There's room for the optic magnifiers, room for the high tension bobbin holder, room for the needle plates, room for the needle bar or the quilting guide bar, but again, there's no slots for that HP2 foot or the QR foot and such, but you can always put them in the bottom tray. So, you know, that's not a problem. So yes, you can get that at 9mm accessory case separately. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. Yes, it is my pleasure. I am so happy. Oh, and So For Home is here. Lovely. And again, I'll be seeing So For Home and all of you if you jump over to our Janome Canada Facebook page at 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing a Facebook Live with Liz Johnson from So For Home, sharing more of this beautiful machine. Again, such a whirlwind. I could be talking all day. But again, look forward to more coming up in other presentations. So thank you all for joining me today to share the Janome love, not only in the Continental M17, and again, double check with your Janome dealers, Janome Canada dealers. We'll be getting them, and again, about the middle of May. So only in a couple more weeks. And then, of course, congratulations to all of our winners. And we'll be doing a separate post on Janome HQ Instagram with the list of winners, and then we will contact you as well on how to send you your fabulous Janome goodies. So thank you everyone for joining me today, and have a fabulous day. Bye.